So the Suns opened up 2 roster spots when they made that trade, sending away 4 players and getting 2 back in return. Yuta Watanabe goes out, Thaddeus Diop, Chimezie Metu, and Sundo's guy Jordan Goodwin all gone. Everybody's happy now that we've brought in Royce O'Neal. And both of us have become big fans of David Roddy after doing our research. And Sundo, I'm happy to report, as you all know by now, the Suns made a great pickup with that first spot they made available for buyouts. Thaddeus Young, finally in Phoenix. Feels like we've been talking about him for years.
Sought after through this whole James Jones tenure. It seems like every offseason or every trade deadline, like his name would always come up. And it seemed like James Jones just has been infatuated with this guy.
He's definitely a James Jones guy. You could argue that Torrey Craig is a James Jones guy. And Thaddeus really fits that same mold. He's good on defense. He's a great locker room guy, not a 3-point shooter like Torrey Craig could do from time to time. But on a team that's loaded with star power like the Suns are right now, I just love the pickup of a guy that is purely responsible for dirty work.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, like I said, he's only averaging 5 points a game, about 3 rebounds per game this season alone. But throughout his career, he's averaged, 6 rebounds and 12 points a game. I don't see him getting that on the Suns, but I do see him coming in, doing the dirty work down low, getting some boards because we've just needed help. Rebounds have been a big issue for us this season, as well as turnovers. And so he does both of those things really well. He gets rebounds, plays good defense, will box out. And then as we mentioned, before we started this video, he's a very underrated passer.
I'm glad you brought up the rebounding because yes, that's another thing that reminds me of Torrey Craig and Josh Okogie, that ability to help extend plays, get second and third opportunities. And like you're saying, his passing. This is a team where you could argue Yusuf Nurkic is maybe the best passer on the team. This is another guy who, when Nurk is out, say we're going small ball, Thad can play that small ball 5. He's crafty enough to, he's strong enough to. And you're not going to have too much drop off on ball movement. He's just such a glue guy. The best way you can describe it is he's a James Jones guy. Like everything we're describing is so James Jones oriented.
Yeah, and not to mention, we talked about this in other streams, the death lineup, of Booker and a bunch of other dudes such as Keita Bates, Diop, and Goodwin, Okogie. We talked about those in the past lineup. I mean, now we're looking at a Thaddeus Young or a Roddy, Royce O'Neal. We're talking a big improvement with just those 3 guys alone coming off the bench. Yeah, this adds a lot of good veteran presence, veteran savviness. He's going to know how to operate within the offense, and he's going to do what needs to be done for the betterment of the team, and that is always important. All we need is guys to do the right things. That's it. We don't need him to score. We have plenty of firepower on this team. We just need guys to come in, work hard, get boards, move the ball. That's it. Don't turn the ball over. We'll be good to go. And as I'm looking right now, he is averaging 0.5 turnovers this season. So that's always a plus as well.
I feel like it's worth mentioning because I just want to be completely honest here. The tone in which we're speaking is feeling awfully similar to when we made videos about Jordan Goodwin, Keita Bates Diop, Chimezie Metu, and Yuta Watanabe. We had these feelings of, oh, they're going to fit in. Oh, it's going to work. Here's why it works. I am excited about that. I think he fits on this team, but I want to grow as a person and grow as a sports commentator. And I want to say that maybe it doesn't work out. We don't know if it's going to fit. Hypothetically, it looks like it should fit, but we've seen it 4 times at least. You could argue maybe there's more people on the roster that we thought were going to be seamless and weren't. So this is a hopeful thing. This is it should work out. This is a guy that doesn't need the ball in his hands. I mean, he shoots floaters, he gets putbacks. He's a goon. We need a goon. So I'm excited for that, but I don't know if I can continually say that I know it's going to work.
Well, I'll give you one reason, Gabe, as to why this will work more than the other 4 players that you mentioned. This man has a total of 19 seasons played in the NBA. That is more combined than the 4 guys that we traded away. So the dude's been in the league. He's been around. He knows what to do. The experience is there. That's why I think this fit works versus the inexperience of the other players that we just traded off.
Now, not only did the Suns pick up Thaddeus Young, which seems like a genius move, rumor has it their next target will be Danilo Gallinari. So what does he have left in the tank? We're going to talk about that next. But first, this video is brought to you by Prize Picks, where yours truly has won his last 3 entries. On Prize Picks, you're not playing against other people, you're just playing against the projections. And I wanted to show you my entry for tonight, just a couple hours before the Suns take on the Detroit Pistons. Devin Booker's been playing some pretty good defense lately, creating some turnovers. I like him tonight to create 2 turnovers. This could be 1 block, 1 steal. It could be 2 steals. It could be 2 blocks. And without Bradley Beal in there tonight, I think Monty is going to send a lot of double teams to Kevin Durant. That's not going to stop him, but I think it's going to increase his assist levels tonight. And I'm feeling him getting 33 total assists and points tonight. If you've seen Jalen Duren's rebounding lately, I think you'll agree with me that this is smart, going for 21 combined rebounds between Yusuf Nurkic and Jalen Duren. Jalen might be able to get this by himself. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I went with Grayson Allen getting less than 3 threes tonight. I feel risky about this because I know he can catch fire, but I swear I saw him with an injured wrist at the end of the game last night. So I'm going under 3 threes. And Eric Gordon normally isn't a big assist man, so I'm going under 2.5 assists. Let's place our entry here. Now we're in, and I'm going to be looking for help from the chat during halftime of the live stream to help me pick a second half entry. Use our link in the description or sign up using code VALLEY. Shout out to Prize Picks.
And once again, similar to Thaddeus Young, Danilo Gallinari is going to bring you a veteran presence. The only difference is Thaddeus Young is known for his rebounding, defense, and dirty work. Danilo Gallinari is known as an offensive presence. There's always that. So if we do get a Danilo, it's not going to be a defensive presence. He is going to be basically stretch 4 at 6'10". You love to see it in a veteran presence. Once again, this team seems to be doing one thing: getting guys who know how to play ball, not taking risk on guys who might know how to play ball who are long. They're getting guys who do know how to play ball. Once again, Danilo Gallinari has been in the league for 16 years, Gabe. So Thaddeus Young for 19, 16 for Danilo, and then Royce O'Neal's been here for 7. This seems to be the route that this team is going with James Jones. They went with younger guys who they could take a chance on, maybe to see, what they have, but now we're getting real veteran presence, players who know how to play ball.
They're definitely stacking this team with veteran guys because we're hunting for a championship now, this season. Maybe next season we have just as good of a shot, but right now they know they have to strike. But you've also got David Roddy, who's 22 years old and has an intriguing game, so it is nice that they have that. And then it's a great point that Danilo is the opposite of Thad Young, and I like that they're getting players with different skill sets, not bringing in veterans that do the exact same thing, bringing in veterans that if you have to play them at the same time, you can, and their talents are going to complement each other, not be a hat on a hat situation. I think there's a good chance Danilo, if he makes his way to the Suns, I still hope that it's DeLon Wright, because I think that we need a point guard first. But if it is Danilo, I think you're going to get a guy that's happy, maybe gleeful to be getting out of Detroit. Not only the city, no offense, but Monty's system, and playing on a team that's going absolutely nowhere and getting to end his career, or close to ending his career, with a actual chance to win a title. And he's going to get open shots like everyone does when they play with the big 3. Tell us what you guys think in the comments about Danilo, or do you want DeLon Wright? Or if there's another free agent, let us know. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out.